Hello everybody and welcome to the next game of the DelotA Dota 2 Amateur Tournament. I am Just Delicious and with me, as always, is the very gentle lover, Vague Raconteur.
That's extremely detailed. Hello, and welcome to this match of... Oh, they forgot to set their team again. Feedrunners versus IMBA Battlenet. So that'll be okay. It's a best of one, and the winner of this game will be against the fabulous Jambo. So I'll be interested to see exactly who did it. We saw this match actually in January, and IMBA had quite a nice time against Feedrunners, but I don't think Feedrunners are that willing to give away a win this time. They want to win. I reckon they have every ability to, as SFY is an amazing offlaner and the whole team is just fantastic. So let's see exactly what happens. IMBA are so far undefeated in this tournament, apart from one game in a best of three in the final versus Enemy Intelligence.
Yep.
And of course the game that they lost, the 2 out of 3 games lost against Infused in their showcase match. But IMBA are a fantastic team. They're almost always perfectly on form, and it's going to be very difficult for Feedrunners to place them.
Yep, but Feedrunners certainly can. It's a little bit of a grudge match. It's going to be interesting to see whether Feedrunners can actually get this game won. They do have the ability. There's no doubt about it. If they play on form, they can really play extremely well. So there's no saying that this is going to be a walk in the park. And IMBA banning Lone Druid first ban. So they obviously really don't like Lone Druid. We've seen SFY use him quite often, and now they've gone for a Wisp ban. So
well, this is because I'm going to say it straight ahead that this is because of the recent versions. We've seen a lot of it in the defense, and it just was insane. Lone Druid very much comes from the Chinese meta, and he's leaked now into the European. It always seems that the European kind of steps away, and then every meta kind of joins up into one blob of just evolved skill for a while, and that's what's happened recently. We've had Wisp, who's just come out of China, who's incredible, so powerful in terms of any single combination. We're seeing Wisp and Tiny is the most common one, and they can dominate with extreme map presence. So maybe IMBA don't like that strategy. Maybe they haven't found a way to work around that yet, and maybe that's why they're banning out so far.
yeah, and they do have first pick, so Feedrunners do have a little bit of an iffy one. What to do now? They do decide to ban out the Magnus. So IMBA are probably going to take up Batrider. There is Batrider. This leaves Nyx Assassin and Keeper of the Light. I'm going to keep calling them, but to be honest, these heroes are pretty obvious, and they almost always get picked up. So we have seen, yep, there we go, the exact picks as I was expecting them to get picked up. So interesting that IMBA Battlenet decided to give away the Nyx and the Keeper just to get themselves a Batrider, but the Lone Druid very strong, and obviously Whispers as well. But I really didn't expect Feedrunners to be running the Wisp. I don't think I've ever seen them run a Wisp before. They're much more conventional European, and it just doesn't seem like their sort of style. But Lone Druid, I've seen SFY run Lone Druid a few times. He's very good on him.
Yeah, absolutely. And IMBA Battlenet, you know, Batrider is the strongest mid in the game. This is something that is without question. In this version, Batrider is ridiculous, and that means that it's going to be a real hard challenge for Feedrunners to really go against that. And Magnus can actually be countered quite nicely with a Quas Invoker. So going against the Magnus, obviously Feedrunners do not want IMBA to have a kind of big ultimate like that reverse polarity, and we see him more often with a refresher orb than in a carry role, although he has the ability to go into that. So that is why Magnus is so powerful. And the same story for Undying. Both of these guys have incredible team fight abilities, and that is what Feedrunners are banning out. So it's possible that they're going for more of a ganking strategy, and they don't want to be in big team fights, or alternatively they want the big team fight for themselves.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like that's really going to be much of a threat from either team, because big team fights don't really rely on these big ultis anymore. Apart from if you do actually manage to pick up Magnus, you never really see the Enigmas and the Tidehunters that you used to, and that's probably just because of the amount of damage that you can burst down 1 or 2 heroes with in this current version, and then the rest of the team just really cannot do anything. If you can initiate well, you just immediately kill 1 or 2 of them, and it's a 5v3, and no matter what sort of heroes they are, there's absolutely no way they can do that. So that's probably why. And I mean, Lifestealer and Luna getting picked up. So IMBA really shaking things up a little bit, and then Prophet getting picked up by Feedrunners. So as we were saying, very European. Nature's Prophet just hides in that jungle, ganks around the map, helps push. Very, very good pusher early game. Very, very good pusher mid game. And very, very good pusher late game. So they're obviously looking to use him and Keeper to really take some early towers.
Well, they've picked Nature's Prophet as a counter. They've seen that Lifestealer has been not as a counter, more as a reaction. They've seen that Lifestealer has been picked with Luna, so they know that Lifestealer has to go into the jungle, which means that they have the ability to put a jungler in there as well. It safely allows almost like an extra kind of lane, if you will, for farming for another carry potential hero, and they can run Nature's Prophet as a carry or as a pusher if they want to. Lifestealer has to go as a carry or initiator, so the potential here is pretty even for both teams, but it's interesting. It means that we're going to see probably a 2-1-2 system with each team having a carry potential hero in the jungle. So what we're going to see now is an extra support here from IMBA Battlenet for the Luna, and we're going to see Keeper being matched. Keeper and Nyx Assassin, actually, this would be interesting, maybe. The laning is quite questionable. We could see Nyx Assassin in mid, we could see Keeper of the Light in mid if they wanted to be crazy enough, but it can work. But we're most likely to see Kotl paired up with some kind of carry.
Yeah, well, Nature's Prophet can also offlane if they really need him to, because he has got those trees, so he can do something in the offlane, and he can be okay on his own. If we move on to the bans, we do see that just IMBA Battlenet banning out that Rubik, very, very good ban. Rubik always normally picked up, so strong against so many heroes, and that null field is so annoying. And Phantom Lancer, also strongest carry in the game right now, almost without a doubt. They did opt for Luna instead, but Phantom Lancer just so strong. And Juggernaut is a little bit of an odd ban. You never really see Juggernaut very often, but he can be pretty good against Lifestealer, and he can keep up with Luna late game, so there's a good reason they banned him out, and his healing ward makes pushing even more viable for Feedrunners team, so they really didn't want to give them any more when it comes to pushing, and all the supports being banned out by Feedrunners. We see Jakiro, Shadow Demon and Bane get dropped out in the second ban phase by them.
Well, it's clear that both teams are scared of Feedrunners are scared of IMBA getting a great support, and IMBA are scared of Feedrunners getting a great carry. And with Phantom Lancer gone, it's really going to question as to what they're going to get next. They have Sven still available, but against Lifestealer, you don't really want to play him there. And you're running out of heroes that are really that effective against Lifestealer. And most likely, I'm going to say probably to see a Gyrocopter in here, because he is the next best carry of choice. But IMBA Battlenet actually pick up a Crystal Maiden, someone we haven't seen recently in a lot of play. But fantastic nonetheless. And Night Stalker.
Oh, we're going to see a Night Stalker. Now that's going to shake things up, because Night Stalker can really lock Batrider down very heavily, and he's exceptionally good against Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden is so slow, she cannot do anything if Night Stalker silences her. She's just straight up dead. She's weak, she's slow, she's everything that Night Stalker wants to prey on, and he will probably be ran as the main carry farmer on this safe lane, just so that he can get enough farm when it comes to first night. He can really start ganking extremely heavily, and that just really proves that Feedrunners are going for an extremely heavy ganking team and sanking the last pick by IMBA Battlenet, so that rounds out their tri-lane. And Spirit Breaker!
Wow.
Spirit Breaker picked up by Feedrunners last pick.
Okay, so JD, we have a field day here for Feedrunners team. We're going to have to say, I'm going to call QFest on the Spirit Breaker the main farmer. I'm going to call Night Stalker in mid. We're going to have to put Keeper on the offlane, I suppose, or
No.
Nyx Assassin on the offlane. Nature's Prophet has to be on the offlane.
SFY's picked him up.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet on the offlane, with which will be interesting to see exactly how he manages to use those treants without giving away the farm. And Sank, how do we not point this out? Sanking from IMBA Battlenet. Now that again is a very interesting pick. We haven't seen him very often, but his ultimate is fantastic. We may be seeing an ultimate-centric team fight here. It's more than possible. Batrider taking out their main carry, maybe being Spirit Breaker, maybe being Night Stalker. If he gets farmed enough, he has the potential to be a carry of that ability, but maybe not as good as a Lifestealer. Honestly, this is going to be a ridiculous game. That's all we can say at this point. I'm going to hand over to JD, who's going to cover the Radiant, and then I'm going to go over to the Dire.
Like normal, and we actually see ST, who is not in the last games. His name was actually very super famous, so that is very super famous. So that's him. SFY will be taking up the Nature's Prophet. Rome will be on the Nyx Assassin. We see QFest taking up that Spirit Breaker, and Falcon, the support bitch, will be taking up the Keeper of the Light.
Meanwhile, I'll direct you to the Dyer's mid for Joker on the Batrider, Infamous on the Crystal Maiden, RR on the Lifestealer, Vendusa for the Sand King, and then all the way at top we have MNT on the Luna.
It's going to be interesting to see how IMBA actually lane this. It looks like they're going to be running a tri-lane on the off, yeah, like we were expecting with the Lifestealer on the off lane, with Crystal Maiden and Sand King, and Luna will be soloing the short lane. So Luna is going to be having probably a very nice time actually against Nature's Prophet. If Nature's Prophet decides to go, then it looks like he will. But it's this Spirit Breaker pick that's really, really confusing me. What do they expect to do? Are they running that heavily gank that they think they can afford to run a Spirit Breaker and get away with it? Because he's not a carry that really scales particularly well into the late game. They need to finish this early. But if you have a look at their team, they have Nature's Prophet, Spirit Breaker, and a Night Stalker, and they could jump anyone on the map in seconds because of how mobile and fast their team is.
Well, Spirit Breaker's a hero that just dominates everyone in mid-game. You need to get a late-game kind of carry, like Lifestealer needs to get to the late game, Nuna needs to get to the late game, before they can really handle that Spirit Breaker. And it's so clear that Feedrunners are saying, no, we're not going to let him get to the end. We're going to completely stomp them down in mid.
Oh, watch IMBA though. IMBA smoked up, looked like they're actually going to catch SFY. If they just turn this corner, they're going to see him. They didn't turn the corner. They didn't see him. They're going straight mid instead. He doesn't have an escape mechanism. It looks like ST is certainly going to die. The stun from the Sand King not even needing to be used. Joker draws first blood. Really nice gank by IMBA, and they take first blood straight away, and that's why they're such a good team. They know exactly what to do.
Night Stalker back in there within a second, so he didn't really lose that much, but it's just giving away that first blood advantage. And, well, Batrider did get the kill on Night Stalker, so Batrider's going to have that advantage in mid already, so exactly the opposite of what poor Night Stalker wants. But he has that ability to shut Batrider down, and it will be painful if he manages it.
Well, he's already got his bottle. Batrider has already got his bottom, and look at the right-click damage he's already doing to ST. He's going to almost kill him already. If he can get 2 more right-clicks, his W will do it, Flame Break, but he has to back off. But look at the amount of damage that Night Stalker's taken. He's already used his pot, and Batrider is absolutely miles ahead in this mid now, completely dominating.
Absolutely. I've got to ask JD, do you reckon that this is a kind of losing mid gank that was that early on? Do you think that Reyes can easily recover from this? Because I think Night Stalker isn't shut out yet, but with Batrider already having his bottle, it looks hard for him.
Nah, you've got to say that Night Stalker can almost do nothing now. He's picked up his magic stick, so he's going very early wand, which makes a lot of sense because he does need something against that Batrider, but it's going to be really difficult for him. It's going to be almost impossible for him to keep up with the Batrider now that he's already died, and Batrider already has a bottle. He can just keep spamming that Q on him, go over the top with Firefly, and it's almost a guaranteed kill. So I'm very, very surprised that they've actually left Night Stalker in mid and not just swapped him out for someone with a little bit more reach, like Nyx Assassin, or maybe even just keep with the light, just bung him in mid and just try and get some sort of farm. But Night Stalker's really got nowhere to go now.
I'm going to stick my neck out and say that even though I think he's going to have a very difficult time, I think maybe he'll be okay. I think maybe if he stays defensive, he keeps using his Void to actually get last hits as a desperate attempt to just make enough money. And maybe if he can get a bottle with that, he can keep on going. Maybe if he gets map control, he's a reasonably fast hero. He's naturally only a tiny bit faster than Batrider, so that layer and layer of sticky napalm is really going to give him a nightmare. But if he can stick to his tower, maybe if he can power deny, if he tries his hardest to, you never know. He might be able to catch up. Once he gets to level 6, if he can get the items that he really needs, he can gank like crazy. And then, once he... Oh no, though. Right, already getting a double damage. But as I was saying, Night Stalker, as long as he gets to his level 6 in time before the first night, he gets a few levels up. Maybe he can catch up in the ganking stage.
It's going to be very difficult for him, but you got to feel that if they have to rely on him kind of to be able to do it, and they're just going to dive Falcon at bottom. It actually looks like the Rage gets popped by Lifestealer. They're going to take him out. The stun coming from behind from Vendusa. They're now diving QFest. Is QFest going to be able to get RR? Here comes SFY. He will pick the kill up. He's trying to get on Vendusa as well. Vendusa has to stun up. takes out the Spirit Breaker. Surely 2 more right clicks will do it. SFY trying to kill Infamous. Nice use of tangos to get away. Venduza doesn't actually get the kill. I don't think he got the kill. No, he didn't. Now it looks like he's in a lot of trouble. He has to get out of there. He's got no mana. He's gonna die. And Feedrunners turn it around with that Nature's Prophet, and that's what we were talking about. Prophet is just so good on the counter ganking.
We'll just have to point out how beautifully done that was from Feedrunners. It looked like IMBA Battlenet were really going to take that over, but the second SFY ported in, everything looked well in Feedrunners' favour, and it really did go well. If they can repeat this kind of incident, if they can keep Lifestealer locked down in terms of counter-ganking with the Nature's Prophet, who obviously can just port across, and he's actually speccing mainly into teleportation to be used as a counter-ganker. Genius play there by Feedrunners. Maybe it'll all be good, but if we look at last hits and denies now, because it is almost 4 minutes in, we see Luna has taken a huge lead on the offlane as she's just pretty much getting free farm with 23 last hits so far. IMBA Battlenet taking the top 3 points and top 3 places in terms of last hits and denies. Batrider next up at 16 and Lifestealer at 13.
Well, 23 last hits after 4 minutes is pretty good. It's pretty unbelievable, really. And now she's actually just going to dive Prophet. No, she's not. She's going to back off. She was just harassing him a little bit with that Q, but so much damage, and they're going to dive Falcon again at bottom. The stun is there by Venduza. If he wants to use it, he does. He has the Sandstorm to escape. They just pick up the kill. Now they're going to turn on Qfest. He's already used his charge. He's not going to be able to get away from this, surely. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They're not even going to need the Sand King stun. There's the last hit from Crystal Maiden. Another kill goes to IMBA, and they're really winning this tri-lane. Just so hard right now.
I've got to say it's looking pretty bad there on the bottom lane. They have to just turn it around with another fight. They can do it, but they have to be prepared. Nature's Prophet is going to just have to be perfect with the teleportation, making sure he comes in at just the right time to help get some kills.
Yeah, almost certainly. They're going to be relying on this ganking ability, but they can't get behind. That's the problem with this ganking style. If you get behind very early, you just can't catch up with ganking, because they're going to be too difficult to kill if they're a level or 2 ahead, and that's exactly what's happening right now. They're so difficult to kill. I mean, they're trying to dive RR. Are they actually going to be able to get him? No, they're not. The Spirit Breaker backs out of the charge as he gets close, and they've got absolutely nothing right now to be able to counter the Lifestealer on this lane with a really strong lane. They're going to dive Falcon again. Falcon caught massively out of position. The right clicks from RR doing so much damage. Now they have phase boots. They're going to dive Rome. Rome is almost certainly going to die. 1 stun from Venduza. He's blocking the path. There's no way Rome's going to be able to get through there. 1 more right click from Lifestealer will take it. They do get the kill. Crystal Maiden gets it. Now Qfest is completely stuck, and they're going to turn on him. Nice play for Venduza to actually stick him in. Are they going to be able to get him? 1 right click. There it is. Another kill. And a 3-for-0 for IMBA on the bottom lane this time.
Okay, let's just point that out. Venduza, amazing play. Actually using his body, we've seen him do this a few times and get a few kills with it. Actually going against Infused, I believe Venduza did it again. But he is so good at body blocking and just making sure that nobody can get around him. And it just goes to his favour every single time. But now I'm going to have to look in mid, where Joker has been called out by SFY and ST Reyes. And now Reyes gets the kill. Nightstalker getting that kill that he needs so desperately. Maybe now he's level 7, it's night time. Maybe you get to gank. Maybe you see him, his wings have actually glitched out, which is disappointing. I was wondering why he looked a little bit weaker than normal. But Venduza has been caught out, he's got a double damage. Can he avoid this? He's actually using his Sandstorm. It has a heck of a time.
Oh, he's going to turn it around. He's going to turn it around because Infamous has come in. Infamous just doesn't have the move speed. Rome has come around as well. They're probably going to get the double kill. Little bit of a misplay there by Infamous. Shouldn't have been there. They all actually back out. SFY on full HP could quite easily port in and try and get a kill, but he's decided that's probably not the right thing to do. He's just going to port out. And another kill goes for Feedrunners, so it's just a back and forth fight right now. And now that they've actually got the amount of ganking that they have, it's really
another
looking
charge.
good for
I'm
them.
going to point out now RR is actually being caught out by Qfest. A perfect play there between SFY and RR. Actually, he manages to get away just by being so fast. He's already got his phase boots, and now it's just kind of a constant trading of blows. Infamous came in there, risking life just to Crystal Nova. It's so constant in terms of the ganking. Brilliant play there, though. Did you see that? SFY catching RR out in the trees, just making it sure that Qfest could go and charge him perfectly, but I don't think they're expecting him to get phase boots. So, interestingly enough, we could see Lifestealer in more of an initiator role, because he's building up drums.
Yeah, he's not really going for the extreme hard carry we normally see, just rushing the armlet. Venduza actually chasing down Falcon. He's 2 levels above him. If he can get him, he's going to take a kill quite easily, although they're going to turn on Qfest. Batrider has the ulti. There it is. All 4 of them are there. Qfest is going to die. And there's the problem we see with Spirit Breaker so often. He can charge, but more often than not, he's going to just charge to his death. And there was nothing he could do about that.
Well, it's so difficult because you can't guarantee your placement, and being in the wrong kind of oh, for goodness sake, being in the wrong position, I forget that word all the time, forgive me, just allows IMBA to completely destroy them. And IMBA are a team that are all about position. If they catch you out of it, you're not going to survive, and that is exactly what they're taking advantage of now. This is what these 9 kills have been about, all about the positioning. But we have to say, Feedrunners have been doing a great job just trying to cancel this out.
Smoked up though by IMBA. They're trying to get onto Falcon. Is Falcon aware of this? Because if he isn't, he's going to get caught really easily. They actually see Qfest in the trees, and Venduza immediately sandstorms to get away from it. Nice play by him. There's no way he wanted to get caught out, and nothing actually comes of the smoke, so they managed to get away from it. And the nice positioning, Falcon just charging up in mid. They dive Joker. They're going to get him. There's the silence of Night Stalker, and there's the ganking we were talking about. Nice play by Feedrunners. That's what they were using these heroes for, but the Spirit Breaker just hasn't been able to do anything. I just don't think he was the right pick, really.
I'm going to give him a little bit more time. I'd say 3 deaths is it's a pretty large amount. He's having a very difficult time. It's impossible to say otherwise, but I think with the potential of this ganking, if he can charge in just fast enough, because his speed is going up increasingly with every level of Charge of Darkness, maybe, just maybe, his initiation role at the moment might be enough to get him into a carry role, at least a semi-carry role if anything.
Yeah.
Semi-carry role if anything, because he needs that farm.
They need to gank MNT at some point as well. Free farm for the Luna, sitting on 67 last hits and 28 denies after 10 minutes. So she's doing quite well for herself. Just no one has been up there to stop her whatsoever. They need to do something about her at some point, surely. They can't just leave her. Our Batrider in mid, though, actually getting silenced and slowed. He's getting charged by the Spirit Breaker. If Spirit Breaker has his ultimate up, he's going to just hit him and use it. He doesn't have it up, so I don't know why he's still charging. Roam comes around the back as well. Are they even going to be able to take out Joker? They do. He does get one last W off before he dies, but the entire team for Feedrunners just back out, and they're so fast and so mobile that Sanking could do absolutely nothing about it. Just watch them run away into the distance.
Absolutely, and this is the advantage. Feedrunners, obviously knowing that IMBA Battlenet are fantastic, if you just let them play in normal game, they want to get them a little bit nervous, they want to get them in a difficult position, and now we see not so slow anymore. Infamous, with a haste rune, is able to get all the speed that she needs. Venduza's actually going to get caught up now by Rome and ST Reyes, as all the stuns and the silences get thrown on, and a Nyx Carapace and a Mana Burn as well, just finishes it off. And poor Infamous doesn't actually manage to get anything, she has to run away, despite being so fast with that haste rune.
But yeah, we could see the problem with picking Sanking against the Nyx Assassin. I don't know why that was done, really, because Sanking's Sandstorm becomes completely nullified if they have a Nyx Assassin. He just pops up his Carapace, stands in the Sandstorm, and he just immediately knocks Sanking straight out of it, and then they can gank him again. So a little bit of an odd choice. They obviously wanted him for something, just to finish off their tri-lane, but I don't think he's particularly effective against this Nyx Assassin.
Indeed, it was a really strange choice, but maybe IMBA Battlenet have something headed that we don't know about yet. Maybe they really didn't think about that whole Sandstorm counter, because I've never thought of it before, but you're right, it's so powerful in terms of just stopping them. And Spiked Carapace, every time it may be
Watch out.
Maybe IMBA didn't
Watch out at bottom though, Rome, and they're all ganging up on RR. They're going to get him. SFY has the trees, and they don't even need it. The stuns coming out from everybody was easily enough, and Nature's Prophet has his hand in Midas. He's going to use it to try and farm up a little bit more, and Qfest gets the kill that he needs. He's going to be level 6 very soon, and he really does need that ultimate to really try and get some sort of ganking status, because without it he really can't do much.
Well, Feedrunners, they told us that they've been improving since the last match against IMBA Battlenet, and my god, are they showing amazing form now. They're using a strategy that isn't that common to the meta, but is very effective. It's something that teams can't rely on as often because it requires just a lot of skill, but they're doing it so beautifully. Maybe indeed they can actually pull this off. They're pushing quite nicely. If we look at the tier 1 Bottom,
Looking
actually,
mid.
I'm going to shut up right
Yeah.
now because look at this. Q-Fest charging on Joker. They're going
And
to put it
here
off again.
comes-
Surely this
Yep.
tactic is impossible. The silence
Here comes
is
the
on.
Night Stalker.
Everyone is here.
Oh.
SFY is here. He's taught it in. All of the damage is ridiculous. Joker pops in an illusionary room, but what is it going to do? Honestly, there's so much going on. It's just beautiful to see.
This is just fantastic play from Feedrunners. Exactly what they needed to do, exactly when they needed to do it, and this Spirit Breaker is starting to work out. He's starting to do what he needs to do. He's now starting to roam around, and they can dive anybody on the map so fast with the amount of initiation they've got and the amount of ganking potential they have. And Crystal Maiden has to watch out. She's going to get charged by the Spirit Breaker as well. And they take a tower. First tower of the game actually goes. It looks like IMBA might be trying to take bottom. I don't think they're going to get it though. But it's the ganking potential from Feedrunners is incredible. Completely incredible. And now we see them trying to go bottom as well.
Yeah, we absolutely do. I'm just going to make a point a little bit after this next match to go. No, QFest actually cancels it off. We're not going to see them go bottom, and I'm going to go back to that point. If you actually bring up the items grid, we can see that they're so heavily focused on ganking. SFY is going to be their main carry, as they've got him a Hand of Midas, but the ability to port in means he doesn't have to worry as much. Both Spirit Breaker and Night Stalker have Urns of Shadows, so they're really maxing up on all the quick healing they can do. They've taken Tier 1 mid against IMBA. They haven't done really anything against Tier 1 top, but Tier 1 bottom is in such low health, only 370. It's not going to take much from them to really push it down, and they could finish this game quite early.
And now they're looking for the side gank on Infamous and RR. They're going straight for RR. Does he have the rage up? Yes, he does, so he's almost certainly going to get away. Batrider over the top, though. So much damage to Falcon. Kills him immediately. Here comes MNT with that big ulti. They get the triple. They're going for the next kill. The gank has been turned around magnificently by IMBA, and they were just waiting for them to start on them. And then the counter gank came out, and that was just such good play once again.
Absolutely, IMBA Battlenet really showing exactly why they're so good and why they won January's tournament, because they just completely turned it around. If we look at it, Luna, she's already building up her BKB now. She's only 1,000 gold off of it, so it's really not a lot considering she's had so much farm. 103 last hits in 14 minutes, actually 15 now. So that's insane. And if we look at the experience in gold graphs, we can actually see it's really going nicely in IMBA's favour, probably because of this free farming Luna, who's it's at 4,000 for them in terms of experience, 5,000 in terms
They're
of
going
gold.
to take out Venduza. Yeah, the big gank comes out once again, and they catch Venduza. Joker tries to come in, but it looks like he's going to get caught out. The Spirit Breaker doesn't have his ultimate, but I don't think they're going to need it. There's the trap by SFY, immediately dug out by Joker. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's on absolutely no mana. SFY tries to port in the back. The run right click. They get another kill, double kill. They turn it back around again, and they're doing exactly what they need to do. They lose a team fight, and they immediately just start ganking, and it works so well. And it looks like they might just be trying to trade these two towers.
Yeah, they're absolutely taking that tower back. They're not going to be willing to give it away. And they're just doing such a good job. These teams are actually so balanced. It's incredible to see. Feedrunners just playing so beautifully against IMBA, who are just playing IMBA normally playing in their classic style, but Feedrunners bringing this new, beautiful, highly gank-based early game strategy style, which just brings out so much action. We see SFY porting now. Where's he going to go to? He's actually gone to... I have lost him.
He's gone to the base.
He's actually gone back to base. He's spent his money now. He's got picked up an Oblivion stuff, so it'd be interesting to see exactly what he's going to do with that. But he's just done so well in terms of his farm.
Well, he's definitely going for Orchid, because if he can dive around the map and get a silence off, there's an easy kill, a very, very easy kill on anybody pretty much. And there's pretty much nothing they can do to stop that sort of kill. We hear the charge come out from Spirit Breaker. Where are they going? They're going top. They're going for RR once again. They really want to kill him. He does have the rage. He knows Spirit Breaker's coming. Spirit Breaker has to cancel very, very early. And he's going to get caught out by Batrider, who now has the Blink Dagger. Gets pulled onto the high ground. It looks like QFest is almost certainly going to die. He might want to take Joker with him. He's not going to be able to. Joker's going to get away. And IMBA take out once again, get another kill, and QFest looks like he's going to die, surely, unless they don't try him. They don't try him, no. They're actually just going to leave him up there because they need to help Venduza. Venduza on no mana, tries the Sandstorm. Is the Nyx Assassin coming to try and counter it? No, he's not. They're just going to leave it.
Absolutely, I can't believe they didn't stop hurry up and kill Keyfest. Maybe they thought the Firefly was going to do enough damage, but he's just able to earn up now. That's the beauty of having two urns on this team. He just charged off to be able to get out, and IMBA Battlenet are not doing as well as you'd hope to normally see them play. They're struggling quite a lot, but Lifestealer has his armlet now. He's still got a magic stick with 10 charges just in case, and he's got his drums of endurance. He has the potential to do what he needs. They're actually going to catch out SFY now. RR has used open wounds on it. He's used his rage as well to catch them out. SFY has used his trees a little bit strangely, just trapping him in there with RR. But unfortunate for him, he just completely got stomped down with Crystal Nova, Frostbite, and Rage and open wounds.
The way he was getting away from that. Batrider very good against Nature's Prophet when Nature's Prophet's trying to escape, because obviously the W from the Batrider completely cancels the teleport, plus it can break open trees. So yeah, it just completely exposes him if he tries to use those to get away. So there was no way he was going to get away, regardless of what he did then. And Keeper of the Light's still only level 5, so he's not been able to really do anything. He's about to pop level 6. Nyx Assassin level 8, so he's going to be used for ganking an awful lot as well. And he has his arcane boots. So, but they're going to have to try and stop this push at top, because IMBA are really pushing this very, very hard.
Yeah, they really, really are. And SFY is the only person here up top. If he wants to do anything against it, he's going to have some help. But we're just seeing crazy numbers of ports. Maybe it was just to try and redirect.
Oh, they've caught out
QFest at the top, and they have caught out QFest. QFest is going down. Maybe they're going to push with this because they've taken out that Spirit Breaker, which is so important in terms of their initiation. 4 of them down at bot. They went top just to screw with Feedrunners, and they did a great job of it. But MNT has his Black King bar and has a bot scroll, so if he wants to go, he can. It's just IMBA Battlenet really doing so well.
Yeah, and Furion is getting very close to his second
But
ability.
let's point out now, Rome is in. He's used his ultimate. He's got a double damage rune. He's going to take out MNT now. Is he going to manage it? SFY ports in as well, and look at that damage. Nothing else really needed. Nyx Assassin with the double damage, and SFY just completely take out Luna.
And now they're going to be taking top.
First death.
Yep, they're easily going to be taking top now. That's exactly what they needed to do. Just keep that gank up. Just keep going with it, and it's working very well. The Nyx Assassin can scout out, and then Furion can be on them in just a few seconds. And yeah, that's really not working out. But Falcon in mid gets caught out again by RR, and now we see Rome and QFest ganging up to kill the Sand King. So they get another kill on the Sand King. The Night Stalker still just trying to take this top tower. Hopefully he'll, well, hopefully for him, he'll get it pretty soon. But he's not got that much farm. I wonder what he's going to go for. He's got 1.8k. He could pretty much buy anything, surely, of any item that he wants. It's interesting to see that he's actually not bought anything yet.
Well, he's got an Ogre Club, so I reckon he's going to be going for a BKB, maybe to trying to stop anything really catching him out, which is exactly what he really wants to do.
Nice ward placement. Let's QFest just dive Infamous. The ulti is going to get the kill, surely. Oh, he actually gets away. Infamous gets away on 19 HP. They're going for him. Here comes the Night Stalker around the back. Gets the kill. QFest is going to die. Oh, Night Stalker looks like he's going to fall as well. Batrider pulling him onto the high ground. And there's another kill. So the gank turns around. It actually came a 2-for-1 for IMBA. QFest, one right click off getting the Crystal Maiden. Needed the help from the Night Stalker. And Night Stalker ended up dying as well.
No, I'm just going to have to point out Benduza going for a gank with a Lifestealer. Lifestealer is infested with him. Sand King actually has his ultimate if he wants to use it, so we could potentially see this. Maybe this is what they're going for, smoke ganks up with the ultimate. Could be really, really nice, but we have to see. Is he going to be able to wait? Is he wasting this? Is he not going for it? He hasn't actually got a set target by the looks of it.
No, he smoked up and he was hoping to catch them in mid lane, but they'd already gone to bottom to really try and push it out, so there was no way he was going to be able to help them. And if they want to dive MNT, they're going to wait for Keeper to start channeling, and then they're going to dive on MNT. If MNT comes out any further, it actually doesn't come out any further, but we see Spirit Breaker charging Joker, actually cancels it, whereas as Joker gets too far away. But this Spirit Breaker is still not quite working out as they were hoping. He's 3-6-7 right now, and he's not got really any farm. He's looking to build his BKB. He's got his Ogre Club, and he's nearly finished his Mithril Hammer, so he's not doing too badly. But if we flick up the net worth, you can see, look at who's miles ahead. It's this Furion who's now finished his Orchid.
Yeah, absolutely. With his Orchid Malevolence, it's going to be a nightmare for people like Luna and even Lifestealer and, well, Batrider too. Every single person is going to have a nightmare here against it, and the extra magic damage means the Keeper can help as well, and Night Stalker will be a nightmare as well as Nyx Assassin. Everything they're doing just goes so nice in terms of synergy. But we have all of IMBA at bottom. It looks like Rome could be caught out. He's going to pick up this haste rune. everybody's around. They're going to surely see him. No, they don't manage to keep him away. That rune placement there, they obviously don't want any kind of sight around Roshan because they put up a sentry ward too, but it's not really going to get them to see anything. And then they all go to mid with Feedrunners around as well. Is something going to come from this? Are they going to gank, do you reckon?
I don't think they're going to gank. I think they're pinging Roshan. They kind of actually want to go for Roshan while they can, because they know that that in a 5v5 fight, Feedrunners can't take them. So they've gone for Roshan as early as they think they can go for him. They're almost certainly going to pick him up. Feedrunners do not have a clue. They don't have any sight whatsoever, so they can't use the Spirit Breaker's charge. They can't use SFY, and they're going to be getting a free Roshan because of this.
Absolutely, and Feedrunners are actually turtling, which is exactly the opposite of what they needed to do. They had to go in and try and use the advantage of Ember being stuck in that small little cave in order to try and kill them. But now that Lifestealer has that, no, Lifestealer didn't pick it up. Sorry, Luna picked up the Aegis. It's going to be so difficult for Feedrunners to try and gank that Luna, who's just going to be able to port right back. Maybe use her ultimate if she gets killed out by the stuns, and then it's going to be a horror.
Yeah, well, if they can catch the Luna on her own, they can waste the Aegis and then maybe even kill her again or back out. So that's probably what they want to do. They just want to try and get the waste the Aegis, make sure nothing comes of it. They just got to wait for her to be on her own. But at the moment, that's not happening. They know how good they are at ganking this team, and IMBA are all staying together. They don't want any more nonsense from Feedrunners. They don't want any more ganking. But it looks like, actually, they might be going straight up for Venduza. So Venduza's got to watch out. The Invis rune's going to get picked up, but there's sentries everywhere. So they are going to be aware of the fact that Nightstalker picked up and popped an Invis rune. So I think Venduza's just going to get clean out. Nightstalker actually jukes the sentry. He's going to find Venduza. He might actually just dive him in a second if he feels like he can. He's waiting for the rest of the team. As soon as the charge comes, you've got to feel he's going to silence. There's the charge. And he's already used his Q, so he's going to get silenced, and now he's going to die, and the ganks continue. Nice play. The Nightstalker juking the sentry ward very, very well.
Absolutely, it looks like maybe Feedrunners will be taking tier 2 mid as well. Their push has been incredible, but it's actually been pretty nicely matched by IMBA Battlenet, who, despite not having a fully mid-pushing crazy team, may be able to do this. IMBA have actually turned around. Joker's here, using the ultimate on SFY, as well as Firefly. It looks like it's going to be a nightmare. Meanwhile, IR open wounds and of Rage on the Spirit Breaker manages to clear him off. Joker, with the help of Luna and Infamous, manages to pick off SFY, and it's gone horribly wrong. Falcon is going to get caught out, and oh god, the flame break combined with Luna. Absolutely, the burst damage was insane. It's just good job that Nightstalker was able to port away for Feedrunners.
Yeah, they lost 3 in that fight. They really just weren't expecting IMBA to just come straight at them. IMBA have, and I don't think MNT still has the ulti if she wants, if Luna wants to use it. So it's still all up for them, and this is really looking pretty bad. It looks like the tier 2 is almost certainly going to fall. They really can't fight this while Luna still has an ultimate up. If they try and go for it, they're almost certainly just going to die. The Keeper of the Light trying to do everything he can, but the Illuminates just do no damage. IMBA take the tier 2, and they're all just going to back off now, I think.
Yeah, actually, IMBA are lingering around. They're going to go for it. RR uses Rage and Open Wounds to catch the Falcon, and look at the burst damage Crystal Nova just completely destroys. But Nature's Prophet's ultimate does so much damage, but there comes Joker's ultimate, and he's just using Firefly as well to kill the Q-Fist. It's going to work. Spirit Breaker's ultimate manages to kill off the Lifestealer, but Batrunner manages to kill off the Spirit Breaker with his Firefly, and there goes SFY trying to kill the Venduza, who's not going to manage it. SC Serious is so low health. There goes a BKB, and the ultimate from Luna manages to get a double kill on the next assassin of the Nightstalker, and it's going horribly. SFY, surely he's not going to go in this MNT. He's in such low health. There goes SFY, surely going to fall here. No, he's actually going to survive. He's going to manage to port back up, and there goes the charge. Surely he's going to charge.
Oh,
1 second left. Is he going to get to do it? No, he isn't. MNT is going to get away.
But that fight could have went so much worse for Feedrunner. The SFY on this Furion was stood on the high ground, and as soon as he saw Sanking channeling, his ultimate. He wasn't even attacking Sanking at the time. Sanking was doing nothing. Sanking started channeling, and the Orchid was immediately popped on him. So really, really nice play. But look at Qfest charging Luna. Doesn't even care. Is he going to be able to get Luna? No, he's not. The rest of the ports come in. He doesn't have his ulti. That was a massive mistake. There's no way he's going to be able to get him. He's really hoping that SFY can port in and help. But there's 4 behind, smoked up. They're going to easily catch Qfest. Qfest doesn't have an escape. They actually just turn around. Very odd choice. Recall from the keeper. Is it going to get used? Oh, oh, what timing!
Oh my god!
What
Okay,
timing!
that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful play from Feedrunners here. We are seeing an amazing game, without a doubt. And I'm a little bit shocked from the last match, but it is still in IMBA Battlenet's favour, but only slightly. Experience is 0.75k in favour of IMBA Battlenet, and gold is at 6,000 now in terms of favour for them. We just have IMBA Battlenet who are actually managing to keep up with the push, and Feedrunners only ahead by a single tower. No, actually not, but considering when you count the complete lack of tier 1 and 2 towers in mid. So it's very, very even, and IMBA Battlenet being in the lead at the moment. Feedrunners are going to have to win a few more fights, but they're having such a problem, IMBA, trying to fight them on the high ground. If Feedrunners want to turtle, they can take out a few people when Lifestealer falls down. If he doesn't have enough for buyback, he's actually got a Skull Basher now. So he's really taking that carry role more. He's in Venduza. Maybe they're going to go for something. There's no smoke of any kind. They can't do much else with him. Maybe they're just going to wait around, see what they can find, try and kill off an SFY, possibly jungling.
I think he's going to try and use his ulti to try and get a kill, but Rome is roaming, should I say. To pardon another really bad pun of mine. Venduza actually manages to get away, but yeah, they can't deal with the Lifestealer. It's really Lifestealer that's doing everything right now. He's almost unkillable in the fights. They can't kill him. All of their ganks rely on the amount of spells that they can throw down onto people, and the rage just completely shuts them off for such a ridiculous amount of time. The BKBs really need to get finished very, very soon on the Spirit Breaker and the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker actually has his BKB, so that's going to be very, very important in the next fight. Him not being locked down and not being hurt by the Luna ulti, which destroyed him in the last fight.
Well, Rage's Skull Basher just manages to completely lock down Spirit Breaker, and that's the problem. They're really having to rely on Spirit Breaker to be able to use his Greater Bash to take out Lifestealer. But in terms of a Bash war, Lifestealer is really easily winning that. And if we look in mid,
Joker.
It's
Joker
insane.
out.
Joker went on. Joker has got caught out. He tried to use his ultimate to kill SFY, but it wasn't enough. Qfest is going to fall now from a beautiful little Firefly there. Firefly and a Flame Break from Joker. But fortunately, SFY manages to get away. Rome uses his ultimate to get away. It's not going to be enough. Look at that from Venduza. Insane waste of an ultimate, but so nicely done. And now they have a real problem. Both Nyx Assassin and Spirit Breaker are gone. That means that Sanking can happily sandstorm away if he wants to. Calm down. I'm not sure exactly who is that for. Maybe for IMBA Battlenet, because of how intense this game is.
I think that was. Oh, look at SFY though, just ganking Infamous. Pops the Orchid, easy kill. You can now just walk off again. But the reason he actually said calm down was because the Sand King did use the ultimate. But really nice play by the Sand King there actually to get the kill. They knew exactly what they needed to do. The stun came out from Sand King, and then the infest straight away from RR, and they actually got the Nyx Assassin. They didn't have any idea where he was, by the way, because he was completely invisible. So that was just a complete skill shot, and they hit him perfectly.
Absolutely, really amazing burrow strike there from the Sand King. But we just keep seeing Luna getting so much farm. She's at 4.4k now. She's very easily got buyback, and she has the ability to buy whatever she wants. She just keeps on farming. She's got a Manta Style, she's got a BKB. What do you think we're going to see next out of her, JD?
I'm really not sure, actually. It's going to be interesting to see what she actually decides to go for. She might, at the moment, she's just going to be saving for buyback, just to make sure she's as survivable as possible. But I can expect maybe even a heart to come out, so she's really survivable. So they really cannot kill her. Rome on this Batrider. SFY blinking in. Does he have the Orchid? He does, and it looks like he doesn't even need to use it. And SFY gets another kill, and he's really taking control of this game when it comes to net worth. He does have the courier coming to him, which contains the rest of his Daedalus. So he now has a Daedalus, and he's going real hard carry, and he's very farmed.
Oh, and he's doing such an amazing job. At 1.7k, he does have enough for his buyback as well, so he's doing so well. It's going to be a match of Luna versus Nature's Prophet, and at the moment, with an Orchid Malevolence and Nature's Prophet at hand, I'm going to have to give it to Nature's Prophet and a Daedalus as well. It's going to be so difficult for them to shut him down. It's possible to see him go for a Scythe of Vice next, maybe just whatever he really needs. He's probably just going to be saving for buyback now. But it's only going to cost him 1,126 gold. So if he wants to, he can start buying up some more items.
Yeah, he's got his Daedalus now, so what he goes for next is entirely up to him. We can probably maybe even expect a Desolator just so we can push these towers easier, plus the amount of insane damage a Desolator does. You can never forget about that. But yeah, the problem is that they can't shut down the fact that Prophet can just TP around the map and continue farming. They can't shut him down. They have absolutely nothing to stop him. And he can just free farm as much as he wants with that Hand of Midas and his ultimate.
Well, he's just making so much gold per minute. 530 gold per minute is doing so well, and it just doesn't stop. He's at 3k already after having such a short time. If we look at mid, Venduze is actually having a little bit of trouble here, but they haven't got anything to go against. Everybody's around. They have a smoke gank coming, it looks like, from Feedrunners. SC Reyes, Rome, and Q-Fest are all smoked up. Surely
they're both smoked. This is going to be a smoke versus a smoke, actually. Both teams are smoked up. They're both going to meet. And IMBA have the high ground. So IMBA are going to want to take this fight. Venduze up on the top. Is he going to be able to get him? The Luna pops the ultimate. They do get the kill. Batrider coming over as well. Gets a ST. ST's going to die. Keeper dies. ST dies. They all just die. They melt. And that was all because IMBA had the high ground when they engaged. Oh, they even catch Rome out of the back as well. Rome came in to try and help. There's nothing he could do. And they get another free Roshan, while SFY actually pushes the tower. If SFY can try and take a tower, or try and push this tower, it's going to stop them taking Roche. And that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be trying to port away now. He's going to have a nightmare to do it. Maybe he can kill off Joker. No, surely he's just going to port away. Is he going to be able to manage it? No, there goes the flame break. And oh no, SFY falls as well. Instant buyback into the game. But my god, the poor man has just been going for that tower a little bit too bold. And unfortunately, it does happen when you're Nature's Prophet. You just get caught out. And he really did by everybody dying there.
And now they're going for Roshan, so they've actually killed him, and now they're going for Roshan. It looks like they've got nothing to stop him picking up a very easy Roche. There's nothing that Feedrunners can do about this. They know they're there, but that doesn't mean anything. They kill Roshan so fast. MNT picks it up, and SFY gets picked up on the back of it as well, and they're going to be picking him up so easily. There's the kill. He was way too close. He was in no man's land, and Batrider just jumped him, and he was dead in a few seconds. So really unfortunate, but that's really not what SFY wanted to be doing at that point on this Prophet. He really needed to be getting as much farm as possible and trying to take the game to them. But now he's dead for 60 seconds, no buyback, and he's just losing money.
Well, we're going to see Luna picking up a butterfly now. IMBA also have a gem, so Nyx Assassin isn't going to be that safe anymore trying to roam around. We're just seeing IMBA farm like mad, and they're doing a really good job of it. Obviously, Lifesteal is miles behind, but he's got an Abyssal Blade, so that is going to be huge against someone like SFY, who is the main carry at the moment. The Spirit Breaker is far too far behind. He's still not got his BKB. He is 400 now, gold away from it, and it's just not enough.
Yeah, Q-Fest absolutely needs to get this BKB, or there's absolutely nothing he can do. And they're actually just going to dive him because he doesn't have the BKB. He has no protection from Batrider or MNT, and they just go straight for him. He's going to die before he gets to do anything. Venduze with the ultimate, although the Black King bar gets popped. It doesn't stop the right clicks, though. They do manage to take him out. They're now diving Falcon. Falcon at the tower gets destroyed. And they're going to easily be taking a Rax now. The Nature's Prophet is back, but the Prophet cannot do anything on his own. And this is going to be a very easy Rax for IMBA to take.
Absolutely, with SFY porting in from behind, it looks like he was trying to take down the Venduze, but he didn't quite manage it. What is he going to do now? We see... God damn, just poor Rome, completely taken out by everyone there. Christian maybe getting the last hit. Is there anything that SFY can do? Is the only person up? Keeper's just going to come up now, a Spirit Breaker as well. Is he just going to be porting out? Surely not.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do. He can't stop them on his own. He really can't. And Nightstalker's disconnected. I think they've actually just given up. There's the GGs, and it's all over. They've called it already. Spirit Breaker will pick up a kill on the back, but MNT's there. He will get the kill. They're all dead. They've all